We're back today with yet another race in FFRL Fast Fridays Racing League, and we made our debut last time out in Japan, and we've got round 2 of the season today then, the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix at Imola, and we'll be looking to follow up what was a decent debut back in Japan with another strong result today then. Qualified 5th and finished 5th in that race, although I feel like that doesn't really tell the story of the race. It was a little bit topsy-turvy. We made a few mistakes early on in the race, but yeah, managed to keep it on the road. Had some good battles during the race, and yeah, ended up back where we started in the end. So yeah, we're just going to try and keep up that good start then today. As I mentioned last time, it's a brand new league to me, so yeah, sort of just seeing how it goes. But from the first race, it did seem to be, a very good group of racers that we've got here, and that's the second tier as well. Yeah, looks like there's a lot of good quality in both the tier ones and tier 2 in this league. So yeah, as I said last time, feeling quite optimistic about this league and the season ahead, and we were looking for another good result today then as we come to the line then, and it is yet another 5th place in qualifying, with the 2 Mercedes locking up the front row and then the 2 Ferraris on row 2, and then yeah, it's us in 5th, WS 6th, Mando, Liam, Jim, Lolly, Norman, Tyler, Slow Gamer and Appledella are the 14. As thankfully this time we do have a dry race. It was quite a nasty shock. First race in nearly 2 years last time out in Japan, and it was heavy rain, so I was very glad to see clear skies for this race. And yeah, it doesn't think that the one stop is possible. We're going to try and do it if we can. We'll start on the mediums. We're just going to try and run the mediums as long as we can and then go over to the hards. But yeah, tyre wear is quite bad here, especially on the rear tyres, so we'll have to see how that goes. I did run a little bit slightly lower front aero compared to qualifying, just to hopefully help with the rear balance a bit, so we'll see how that turns out. As we're just completing the warm-up lap now then, heading back round to the grid, and yeah, as I was saying, lovely clear skies for this race, so yep, doesn't look like there's going to be any rain effect in this one. As yeah, we'll see what we can do then from 5th on the grid, see if we can go one better than last time, and yeah, start off trying to get a good park in, then try and point ourselves nicely for this start, and yeah, did okay there I think. So hopefully we'll get a good start here then. Obviously it's quite a long run to turn 1, and then it's very narrow, that first chicane, so we'll be looking to hopefully make up some ground if we can. We also know that we can lose a lot in these first opening seconds of the race, so we'll have to be cautious of that, as we've now got the lights coming on. And we are underway then for the second race of the season, and it's a decent-ish start. We're looking like we're maintaining our position here then towards the first corner, as it's side by side in front of us, but yeah, we're going to back out a bit for the time being. W is going to look running outside there, but we just about hold on to the position then and maintain our 5th place. So yeah, a decent-ish start. Once again finding ourselves here behind the Ferrari of Kieran there, as in fact is the other Ferrari of Silver Tombstone, who runs wide in the villainous chicane and allows his teammate through there, but yeah, there's no way through for us. So yeah, we stay in 5th place with the 2 Mercedes and holding position at the front of the field. But yeah, as I mentioned last time, we were stuck behind Kieran for a long time, so we'll be trying not to do that today then, as we head now into Aqua Minerale, and Silver Tombstone runs a little bit wide, and then the safety car is deployed. And interestingly, the game told me to go past here, and it looked like he was slowing down here to let me through, so I took the position, and well, it turns out that wasn't the case. He wasn't letting me through there, and that was a bit of a surprise to him. But yeah, that was a bit weird there, as we're going to look at the start now then, I think. But so yeah, we'll come back to that instant in a second, but yeah, we'll see the start then, and it was a perfect start from Rowley, and the Mercedes are on pole, who yeah, just got the launch perfectly there, wasn't threatened at all into the first corner. Silver Tombstone and Fastenal there side by side, but yeah, we unfortunately don't really see that, because our game decides to give us a slow-mo there, But yeah, that incident was a bit weird. We'll come back to it later on with the safety car there. But for now, we're in 4th place then, so we don't need to worry about it too much for the time being. As at the end of lap 3, we're going to get raced in again then, and we're up into 4th place now. So we'll see then if we can make up any ground on this restart here and push on and see if we can challenge those Team Mercedes who have had a very good start there. Then Rowley, particularly off the line there, had a great launch. So we'll see then if that Mercedes 1-2 can hold here then, if Kieran can do anything from 3rd place there, or if me or Silver Tombstone can do anything, as we're waiting for Rowley then to drop the hammer here, then heading through the 2 Ravazza curves here. We're just waiting to see when they drop the hammer, and they've dropped it very early there, and away they go then. And they got the race start just right, and it looks like they've got that safety car restart just right as well then, leading quite comfortably here down the pit straight, and no chance for Foster now there, or for Kieran, or for me to do anything at all there into that first corner. So it's as you were then from when that safety car was deployed. As we skip on to lap 5 now then, where we're still holding position here then, but as I mentioned last time, we were stuck behind Kieran for a long time, and it cost us maybe a chance to fight for the podium. But this time we're going to be on the podium for the time being then, because Rowley has spun there from the lead and dropped down to, looks like 5th position, and I believe also picked up some damage there. So that's a big disappointment for them. But as I was saying, we got stuck behind Kieran for quite a few laps in Japan, and that hurt our race a bit. I don't know if we could have fought for a podium, but it certainly stopped us from making any progress in that race. Certainly he did a very good job. I hope that's certainly not a criticism or anything, but we really want to try and get past if we can here then, and not have a repeat of Suzuka. So, but we should have a good chance then, because obviously it's a dry race, so we'll have DRS this time. Crucially, they're Foster now with a 3-second penalty already, so as we're lining up Kieran then and got the move done before the braking zone, we are, technically in the net lead of the race now then, with that 3-second penalty for Foster now there. So we're looking quite good at this point then. Hopefully now we can try and pull away from Kieran and not get sucked into a battle, as Foster now runs wide there in the Vilnius chicane. We're going to be on the outside line for Tozer, round the outside. We're side by side almost. He's going to squeeze us as much as he can, but we've just about managed to hang on round the outside, and we are now into the proper lead of the race then, as the safety car gets deployed for the 2nd time in this race. And now we do have a little bit of a dilemma here, because we could pit here, but it's unlikely that we're going to get the hard tyres to the end of the race from this point. But a lot of people will probably go for this opportunity to put some fresh tyres on, so we could end up as a sit-in duck if we don't pit. The way I saw it, if I pitted, I was going to lose track position, and I was probably going to have to pit again. So I decided, whilst I initially thought I would pit, I decided ultimately I was going to stay out here, which I knew could be a bit of a risk if everyone else did come in, because it would leave me as a bit of a sit-in duck until I did come in. But I decided it would be better off to just stay out here. As Foster now comes in then, actually has 23 seconds of penalties, and one of those was for speeding in the pit lane just then, but there was also one for running into the back of me there during as the safety car was deployed, which didn't quite see what happened there. But nonetheless then, 10 of those seconds are going to get wiped off straight away then, because of that, because of him pitting there. But crucially then, Foster now with 13 seconds of penalties then, as we get ready to go racing again. Then this time we're controlling the pace, so we'll have to try and get it right then. Kieran stayed out, so is W, and also Liam, who started on the hard tyres there in 4th. So we're going to be under a little bit of pressure here then. We want to try and keep these guys behind us if we can, those of them who are in the same race as us effectively then. And we've not done the restart as good as Rowley did then, and Kieran is putting the pressure on us then towards the first corner. We're going to have to go defensive here. And into turn 1, we just about managed to hold on there. Then Kieran did try to go around the outside, but went too far wide there, and we managed to hold our position then for the time being. And we'll see now then if we can try and build a gap out if we can. And by lap 13 then, we were doing alright then, because Kieran and Liam had just pitted there. W had already come in, and we managed to build out a gap of a few seconds over all of them. So we were looking quite good at this point, but yeah, these tyres were done. We were just sliding about so much here, and I really was not happy with the balance of the car. Foster now has now caught up to us then on those fresh tyres, so I mean, I did, realise that that would happen at some point, but I was just hoping that he'd have to pit again at some point here then, as it's looking, well, very likely here that he's going to get through with well, no trouble at all. In fact, towards the Variante Alta here then, and we're not going to fight this one then. And yeah, we knew that one was lost, so yeah, there was no point tripping over him there, and through he goes then into the lead of the race then, obviously still with 13 seconds of penalties though, and tyres have got to go a very long way in this race, so I still felt that I was in a good position here then, and I could have maybe stayed out here to get the DRS down the long pit straight, but honestly these tyres felt so terrible that it just didn't seem worth it. So yeah, we're going to come in, get rid of them, put some fresh hards on, then that should comfortably get us to the end from here then. And also went another 2 clicks down on the front wing. I went 2 down from qualifying to the race, and then I went another 2 down at this pit stop, because yeah, just the balance still felt really bad, especially on those worn tyres, as I was just having a quick look there to see what those penalties for Foster now were for. And yeah, we're going to be down then in 11th place, which is still in the points in this league. As I mentioned last time, the points go down to 12th. And there's also points for the pole and fast lap, which I didn't mention last time. But anyway, we're in 11th then, and we've got a comfortable gap still over Kieran and also Liam there, who's on the medium. So yeah, that's going to be tough for him to make that work, but still a long way to go then in this race. So we'll see what happens then. And now it's just going to be a case of seeing how many drivers come into the pits, who tries to stay out to the end if they at all can, and who we can catch then of those who do stay out. As we make up a place there from, I think, as an Alpine in the pits there. I think they actually retired from the race there, so that was a place going for us then, up into 10th. And then W, who was still on the medium tyres there, pit, so I think maybe they didn't pit, or they either did a 2-stop there despite staying out the first time. I'm not quite sure what happened there, but nonetheless we're up into 9th. And then on lap 16 we're now catching up to the other Red Bull of Norman here, so we're just about within a second, so we should have a good chance of getting this move done then down the long pit straight here. And yeah, we've got much better tyres at this stage, so we should get this move done then, and yeah, pretty much straight away on traction out of that final corner we had it done, and then just a bit of DRS as well then to help us along, and we're up into 8th place then. Still quite a big gap out in front, but it is coming down all the time then to these cars that have been out longer on their current set of tyres. So we skip to the end of the lap then, and we've got another car in the pits. It's Lolly and the McLaren then, so that moves us up into 7th place. And we now see one of the cars that we would be really thinking will be a threat to us in this race, and that is Rowley. 15 seconds up the road, so a lot of ground to make up if he doesn't pit again here. But as I mentioned, on these newer tyres, the gap is certainly coming down quite a bit, and it would be a very long way for them to go on those tyres. And now lap 20, that was what we wanted to see there, Rowley in the pits. So yeah, we'll be hoping that takes him out of contention for this race win here then, as we also had Jim in the pits as well there, I think. So that moves us up into 5th place then, with oh no, Jim still had us, it was Appledella I think, and the other V-Carb who pitted there. But nonetheless, we're up into 5th place. We can see Silver Tombstone 10 seconds up the road on the podium. So yeah, Foster now still quite way out in front, so if they don't pit, then yeah, we've still got a lot of ground to make up then in these final 11.5 laps then. So yeah, still hard to read exactly how this will go, but we're feeling good in terms of our tyre wear, so hopefully that can just keep us going now then to the end of the race, and we'll see what happens then. As we skip to lap 22 then, and we've got another car in the pits. This time it is Jim then, and that moves us up into 4th. But yeah, you can see that gap is really coming down now then, less than 8 seconds, in fact less than 7 seconds now to Silver Tombstone, our teammate Mando 12.5 head. Now lap 24, that was really what we wanted to see then. Foster now in the pits and with a lot of penalties as well, so they really don't seem like they're going to be a threat to us now for the rest of the race. As we're up onto the podium, our teammate for this race, Mando, both of us reserves at this point, so not actually teammates, although our points still count towards the constructors, which is interesting. I didn't know that. Aston Martin looking very good after Japan. But yeah, Mando is now going to pit then on lap 25, as we're catching right up to Silver Tombstone as well then for what is now going to be the lead of the race then. But yeah, Silver Tombstone running a very long stint here to have not yet pitted. They've been on his tyres for about 20 laps now then, and yeah, they're just going to have, well, they're going to try and ride it out now then to the end, as Mando has rejoined then down in 5th place, just behind Rowley there, with Kieran, who also did the same strategy as us then, in 3rd. And now, yeah, we've got a huge tyre advantage then over Silver Tombstone, and with DRS and with overtake, we're going to get this move done then down the pit straight, and we are up into the lead of the race then, and we've just got to now keep it going for these final 6 laps, because we've got, you know, enough tyre life and we've got enough pace and get to just get us to the end of this race now then, and we'll just be hoping that there aren't any kind of safety cars or anything that can stop us here then from taking the victory. And yep, skipping to lap 32, and thankfully there weren't any safety cars to throw a spanner in the works, because I'm honestly not sure what I would have done if there had been one in terms of, you know, pitting or not pitting. But yeah, this was a really welcome surprise. I mean, after Japan I thought, you know, we'll be regularly scoring points, we'll be in the fight for podiums quite often. I didn't think I'd be in the fight for the win and find myself on the final lap here with, you know, a 7-second lead to the next car. Yeah, this race just went pretty much perfectly for us then. We got the made the right call with this strategy with the safety car, and yeah, we're going to round the final corner now then, and in our second race in FFRL we take victory at the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix, and yeah, very happy with that. It's been nearly 4 years since I last took a victory in WOR in Australia. Also that day, coincidentally, was thanks to good timing with the safety car, but yeah, but bit of a coincidence there. But yeah, 4 years later, it pays off for us once again then, and we stand on the top step of the podium, a Haas 1-2 with Mando in 2nd place there then, and Foster now, I think it's Foster now in 3rd, and yeah, I can't remember now, I'm pretty sure it's him. We'll see the results in a second, but yeah, Foster now then with a lot of pace to, yeah, still recover then to the podium. Sorry, I did get that wrong. It was Rowley in 3rd, but yeah, it was good. Some very strong pace from both Mercedes drivers, and yeah, they both had to make a bit of a recovery then due to various things going wrong for them in their races. So yeah, they both, you know, playing good drives still. So yeah, Silver Tombstone 4th, Liam 5th, Kieran, Jim, Foster, Lolly, W, Norman, and Apple Della then were the 12 finishers, and all of them will score points then with this point system. Now then, that safety car incident on lap 1, there is a little bit of a spanner in the works there, because that incident is, at the time of recording, still under investigation. Now, I think from my perspective that I have shown them, and you know, the explanation I gave before, I feel like I shouldn't get a penalty, because, you know, the game told me to overtake him. It looked like he was making a gap for me to go ahead of him. So really, it doesn't look like I've broken a rule there, to be honest with you. I think what happened is just because he went off the track right as the safety car was being deployed. So because I was going so much faster than him, and I had to, you know, drop my speed quite drastically to not overtake him there, I think the game just sort of registered that I should overtake him there. So that was why it was telling me, yeah, through you go. He did back off, but he wasn't doing it to let me through, as it turns out. But yeah, it looked like it to me. But yeah, so yeah, I don't think I've done anything wrong there really, and I think that my perspective and the explanation I gave sort of clears me of any wrongdoing. Personally, I think so. But like, even if they don't see it that way, I don't see how they can give me anything more than a 10-second penalty, and I won by just over 10 seconds. So I feel quite confident saying that I've won this race, even though there is still that investigation to be decided at the time of recording. If I do find out something before I render this, then I'll obviously put something up on the screen. If not, I'll put it in like a comment or something underneath when I find out. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I've won the race. I'm going to look really stupid now if they do give me like a 20-second penalty, but like I say, I don't know why they would do that personally, but we'll have to wait and see. But if that is the case, then we are up to 2nd place in the championship, Yeah, with the point system, I got 14 points in Suzuka and then 25 today. So yeah, that puts us on 39 points. We'll be second place in with just Rolly ahead of us then. So we've had a good start to the season, and yeah, we'll hope to keep it going next time then with Singapore, which is round 3. I should be able to race in that one because I was the first reserve to say that I could race. So I imagine there will be a space available. So yeah, we should have another video from that next week then. So hopefully that will go well. And yeah, that'll round things out then for today. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope to see you in the next one.